So if you'd like to listen to this in a still position, you can let yourself take all the time you need to arrive. So you can just start to check in with your body, check in with how you're feeling right now. Maybe if some movement is being called for, maybe some cat-cows with the spine, or neck rolls, or side body bends, torso twists, just any movement that your spine thinks would feel good right now. And if that is stillness, feeling free to be still whenever that feels like what you need to do. And no rush whatsoever. You can allow yourself to continue to move for as long as it feels good. But at any point when you are feeling ready, and if you're in a space where you feel safe to do so, you can allow the eyes to gently close. As you mark your arrival to your practice and into your body today with a full and deep cleansing breath. A long, slow inhale in through the nose, feeling yourself fill up fully as you pause for just a moment when you're full and just feel what that fullness feels like. Allowing yourself to slowly exhale as you need to, and gently pulling the navel toward the spine at the bottom of the exhale to push that final bit of stagnant air out of you, and pause for just a moment to feel what that emptiness feels like. Letting your next breath come as it's needed. So you can breathe just like this for a few more rounds for as long as it feels good, just by exaggerating the 4 parts of your breath. Your inhale, that slight pause at the top of the inhale. Your exhale, and that slight pause at the bottom of the exhale. Just using your focus on your breath as a tool to remind you of what is going on in this present moment in your body. And if you haven't already, you can release this guidance over your breath altogether and allow yourself to come into the role of the observer, stepping into the role of the witness, where you can witness the fact that your body is breathing without having any direct control or guidance over the rhythm or depth of that breath. But watching your body as it breathes you. Noticing any expression that might be resting on your face. Maybe the brow is furrowed, maybe the jaw is tight or tense. Maybe the chin or nostrils are flared. Maybe the ears, the neck, the shoulders. Just bringing attention to any place where there may be tension within the face, the neck, and the shoulders. And as your body exhales, you can just allow these areas to soften a little bit more. Just feel your shoulders becoming a little heavier. The space between the ears and the shoulders growing a little bit longer. As your chin falls slightly, feeling the back of your neck elongate. Allow your jaw to hang into place, naturally softening the chin and the lips. Softening the jawline all the way up to the ears. Naturally softening the cheeks, and therefore the nostrils. Just feeling this chain reaction of relaxation. The eyelids, And just letting them rest softly over the eyeballs. Even letting the eyeballs rest softly in their sockets. Letting your gaze rest toward the backs of the eyelids, or maybe peering up into the forehead. And as you feel your eyebrows soften, feeling the full length and width of the forehead, as these muscles all release, just activating your internal vision, staring into this dark space and noticing anything at all that you see, even with the eyes closed. Even if it is just darkness, staring into this darkness as you allow the scalp, the hairline, to release just a little bit more. And even feeling your brain resting into your skull. If you're laying down, you can feel the brain rest toward the back of the skull and surrender to the weight of gravity. Surrender to the force of gravity. If you're sitting upright, allowing your sit bones to sink in closer to whatever surface is beneath you. And then feeling the crown of your head lift up a little bit taller, get a little bit lighter. As you make space for the full length of your body. Allow yourself to be as long as you actually are. You may be feeling some broadness across the collarbones as your heart sits in this nice and proud position. And no matter what position you are in, just whatever part of your body is facing the earth, releasing that closer to the earth, allowing yourself to be held by the earth. And whatever part of you is facing toward the sky, letting that feel light and lifted. So playing with these opposing feelings and seeing if for just a moment you can feel heavy and light at the same time. Feeling that sense of stillness that exists only in this exact moment. Noticing where your mind is tending to wander today. Knowing that that is what our minds do. They will always wander. And your meditation practice does not have to be about completely clearing the mind of all thoughts and being in this pure state of stillness and oneness. But for your everyday practice, this can often look more like taking inventory of where your mind is wandering today. Continually reminding yourself to come back. Noticing each and every time a judgment or opinion pops up, or maybe some multitasking, maybe trying to plan your day, or maybe thinking about things that happened yesterday or earlier today. Knowing that that is natural when you notice your mind does that. And knowing that just the simple act of you becoming aware of what you are thinking about, that automatically brings you to the role of the observer. So just treating each thought in the mind, each phrase that pops up for you, almost like a cloud, just floating on by. You can notice the shape, the color of each cloud, but not jumping on a cloud and riding with it. Just watching them come and letting them go. Making room for the next one to come and letting that one go. Knowing that this process will feel different, a different level of difficulty or ease each time you sit down for this practice. And just making a note for yourself of where you're at in your practice today. Reminding yourself that the only constant in all of our lives is change. So not holding yourself to any expectations of how you felt yesterday or how you hoped to have felt today. But switching those expectations into a state of curiosity. Becoming curious of how you are feeling today. And bringing your attention into your own heart center. And seeing if you can feel the rhythm of the heart that is beating inside of your chest. And if at any point you have trouble feeling this, you can always place one or both hands on top of the heart to feel that from the outside as well. And just tune in closely. Listen closely to this unique rhythm that has been beating inside of you from the time you were in your mother's womb up to this exact moment. This pulse has been the steady background beat to every single moment of your life. This heart has been here for you and will continue to be here for you until your last breath here on this earth. This heart exists only for you, working hard for you. So allowing this heart to be your reminder of the gift that is your life. And letting yourself release under a deep sense of gratitude for the simple fact that your heart is beating, for your ability to be able to hear the words I'm saying, and to be in a body that allows you to be conscious during your beautiful life. And even in the moments of pain and heartache and suffering that we all experience, and remembering that that is also a part of life. And sometimes, especially those of us in maybe a yoga or meditation community, or any healing community for that matter, we can all kind of get caught on this search for a pure state of health, or releasing all limiting thoughts, or trying to get ourselves to a state of pure bliss and pure joy and enlightenment. And everyone's journey is their own. But I do believe that those thoughts can oftentimes be a trap. And they can distract us from the life that is existing already. That full spectrum of life, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the painful, the loving, the joyful, the suffering. All of these different aspects is what makes life life. And as long as we are in human bodies, we are meant to be living this human experience. And your healing practices don't have to be to heal you fully, completely, and get you to this state of pure bliss and enlightenment. But they can rather be a tool for you to show up more fully for your own life. To experience on more levels, or have a more full experience of your life and all the events that your life will offer you. Knowing that for as long as we are humans, we will be living the human experience, which will include pain and suffering. And sometimes our greatest suffering can be the expectation we have for ourselves to not suffer, or to never be in pain, or to never hurt ever again. And then inevitably, when the pain and suffering comes again, not only are we experiencing that, but we're also experiencing all these why me thoughts. Why am I experiencing more pain? I thought I was past this, or I thought I've moved on from this. And both can be true. You can move on from painful events and still carry that pain with you. You have the capacity to feel both things. Just as you can feel heavy and light at the same time, you can also feel pain and joy at the same time. You do not have to pick one. We are each complex beings, and we each contain little worlds within us. And if you just picture the earth, our earth that we are all sitting on right now, floating in space, if you were to look down at that earth, you would be looking at one beautiful being, one beautiful planet, one beautiful world that also contains a lot of pain and suffering and sorrow and hurt, at the same time that it contains a lot of joy and laughter and beauty. And having one does not negate the other. The existence of suffering on earth does not get rid of the existence of joy on earth. And as above, so below. As within, so without. So this is also true for the world that exists within you. The joy and love that is inside of you can exist at the same time as the pain inside of you. You are an entire world with the capacity to hold opposing ideas, opposing feelings and thoughts. You do not have to fit in a box. In fact, none of us will fit in boxes. And if we are put in boxes, we will be squeezed into them, and most likely overflowing from them. And oftentimes we are the ones putting ourselves in these boxes. So the first step here is to just notice when that happens. To notice when you hold yourself to strict expectations. And just use that as a cue to then remind yourself that whatever you are feeling is what you should be feeling. And at the same time, whatever you are feeling is temporary. And just once again, letting your attention come back to your heart. As you just gently scan your body once again and notice if any tension has crept back in any areas, maybe in the face, maybe in the hands or the shoulders, the stomach, maybe the pelvic floor, the glutes. And just with your act of noticing any tension, that gives you the ability to release that tension, or to soften into it. And as you feel your heartbeat, you can just feel that innate connection, the anatomical connection between your heart and both of your hands. And as you feel the heartbeat that is in your heart, you can feel how that is also in your hands. Reminding yourself that all of the love and power that exists in your heart is also translated to your hands. And your hands have the ability to create what is in your heart. Feeling the heartbeat in both of your palms. And if it feels like something you'd like to do today, you can allow the heartbeat of your palms to be magnetically drawn toward each other as you feel your palms pulsing into each other. And then bring your thumbs to press toward your heart and let your heart lift back toward your thumbs. As you just tune in closely to this unique rhythm that is generated from you. And taking a final deep breath into your body, allowing yourself to fill up to every corner and every edge of you. And as you exhale, allowing your head to gently bow as you let go of anything you are ready to let go of today. And you bow to the source of energy that allows your heart to beat, whatever you believe that to be. Bowing to the constant source of guidance and inspiration all around you, whatever that means to you. Bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today, for taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. May this act continue to heal you throughout the rest of your days and nights, and may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you.